Welcome to Ecomm Cowboy. This is D2C's daily show, the capital of consumer commerce and home of the one-man brand. We believe that advertising is awesome, ignorance is expensive, and the American dream is alive and well on the wild web today. It is Thursday, August 27th, 2026, in the year of our Lord, coming to you live in living color from a beautiful yet undisclosed location hidden in the Austin, Texas hills. We're brought to you by Slash, Sati, Proxima, Universal Ads, Tide, Trend Track, Propel, Rich Panel Intelligence, Northbeam, Saguno, Postscript, and more. Rocked After Sale. And we got a jam-packed show for you today. Meta's AI plan implosion. Turns out Zuck and the rest were planning on cutting like 60% of the org. It has not fared well. Details have come out about what has been happening internally at Meta. Very important to us because we all kind of live or die based on what's happening on that platform. The duality of man, GLPs affecting apparel. Get a little skinnier. Everybody buys more clothes. Victoria's Secret definitely feeling the effects of this. Turns out Cheesecake Factory as well, but very positively. What is going on inside of said consumer trends? We're going to be talking about it. Oasis Health app, very controversial, especially inside of the CPG world. Turns out they are seeking a lawyer. Methinks they should have already found one at this point. Going to be joined at the top of the show by Jimmy Kim of Commerce Roundtable, aggregator, congregator inside of our space, as well as Luke Thorburg, co-founder and CCO at StreetTalk, to talk about literally throwing creators out of helicopters, but positively for everyone to win. As always, I'm joined by my partner in crime, Colin Doherty. Colin, run inside of this show. Where are you, Colin Doherty? Get in here. I don't know. Where is he?
Let's go. Wow.
I almost want to bring you back in. I almost want to take you out and bring you back. Can we take him out, producer Jack? And can we bring him back in? We need to. And as always, I'm joined by my partner in crime, Colin Doherty. Colin, run inside of this show.
Let's go. How about that?
Now I feel better.
There we go.
I feel better now that you are here, and I feel better that we are going to be joined right here, right now, with us, among us. With us, I think I already said that, the one and only Jimmy Kim of Commerce Roundtable. Jimmy, get inside of this show. Get in here.
Let's go. What's up, guys? I forgot my vest today, guys.
You know, this is Vest Day. It is
Vest Day.
Vest Day is Best Day. It's Thursday.
Thursday's Vest Day. Taco Tuesdays. Got it.
And the thing that I'm excited about, couple of things. Number one, the lights that you got going on in the background here, it's incredible vibes. Number two, we're one day closer to Commerce Roundtable, which is going down in San Diego, going to be the event of the year. How many days are we away at this point, Jimmy?
We are 25 days away.
25
Just
days.
25.
That's
that's like tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's in Ecomm life calendar. That's tomorrow. Yeah, it's coming up fast.
This is major FOMO at this point. If people haven't already made plans, it's like, what are they going to be doing? They're going to be watching the screen and feeling like, golly, I wish I was eating a sushi burrito with everyone out in San Diego while all the knowledge bombs are getting dropped.
Yeah, sure. No, that's how I'm feeling it. I mean, we're excited, man. We've got a lot of things lined up, a lot of exciting things. Our speaker list looks incredible as we continue to add a couple last minute people into the list. It's exciting. We've got some good things coming on.
I think, there's been incredible names there in years past. And if I know you, then I know we only go up and to the right forever. Amen. Yeah. So we shall see. We shall see what final names get dropped there as we get closer. Speaking of big names out in California, gentlemen, some interesting details coming out from Meta and what has been happening, and all-inclusive important company to every one of us. Methinks e-commerce doesn't exist in its current form without Lord Zuck and the capabilities over there inside of Meta. Details coming out from Reuters Meta's AI plan implosion. I read here, gentlemen, to add context around what we have all been seeing and feeling, both inside the app platform, but also on the timeline for a while now. Mark Zuckerberg had a bold plan to replace Meta staff with AI. Here is how it imploded. To make its workforce AI native, Meta explored slashing the size of many teams across the company by as much as 60%. Gentlemen, that's more than half of the company, at least in certain areas, trimming said company size down. In January, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg and his top lieutenants gathered for their annual leadership retreat at his Hawaii compound. Would love to have been there, Mark. I shall look for my invite next year. There they hatched a radical plan to reimagine work at the social media giant in the age of AI, codenamed Project OT, short for Organization Transformation. Plan envisioned an AI native future for the owner of Facebook and IG. AI would take over much of the daily work performed by thousands of human employees. Virtual workers be overseen inside Meta by smaller, talent-dense cadres, if that's how you say that word, of human staffers. In scenario planning exercises, executives explored slashing the size of many teams across Meta by as much as 60%. They did go forth, as we know, with the first of said cuts. Got rid of about 8,000 employees. That went so badly. And since then, there has been so much trouble internally, both with internal politics and such, and both also just on the platform itself, that actually Zuck has kind of faltered at the line of making such drastic cuts, has delayed the further cut that was supposed to come in November. I have to say, there are many details here that we did not have before, but I will say, I think we've all been feeling the fallout of this said plan. I think everybody wants a future where OpEx is eternally low because AI does everything for us, and it's all wonderful and happy profits for everyone. But even the biggest of brands among us, like Meta, have struggled to do said thing. Maybe there's a little more value on the human worker after all. We'll start here with you, Colin Doherty. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think we get fooled sometimes with Meta's PR team and more importantly Zuck's PR team into like we get bought in again that Mark is like this great guy, that he's like super awesome and he does like he grills meats and he does jujitsu and he's like really cool. I think the reality of the situation is he's a billionaire that has a boatload of money, that has OpEx, and doesn't want to have any of that OpEx. He's going to most likely be the world's second trillionaire. There's also a movie coming out later called The Social Reckoning, where Jeremy Strong is playing Mark Zuckerberg. And they're going into basically how Mark, systemically and, reverse engineered, basically programming people on Facebook to do certain things through their algorithm. He has a lot of power. I would not doubt for a second that he is wanting to try to have less people in the org. And I think I am starting to not be fooled anymore by like how cool Zuck is. And I'm trying to look at it for like the reality of the situation.
You're saying he's like Darth Zuck, is what you're saying, rather than just Lord Zuck. You're a little kind of like castigating as like he's the villain in the situation. Is that fair?
I think if you were to watch The Social Network, and then if you were to also watch the new movie coming out about him, you would realize that like he isn't this awesome guy.
But these are movies, bro.
Yeah, but
these are movies.
They are
these
movies.
are movies on like
they are considered fictional movies.
Yeah, but they're on real events.
You're getting brainwashed by media.
Colin, maybe you're getting brainwashed.
I don't think so.
That's something that someone who's brainwashed would say.
I would caution people who are just thinking Zuck is like a great guy in the fact that like Facebook and Meta have been responsible for so much mental health damage in this country. They just paid out $19 billion because they're basically destroying kids. And like,
or their product is extremely good. That's why the stock dipped afterwards.
But it's like, cool. We're going to like totally just like give up the mental health of our children and be like, yeah, this guy's cool because he can do MMA. It's like, well, I don't think he's like that great of a guy. He's probably trying to like clear the board and become like a super profitable company and trying to get out of the tragedy that was the metaverse.
So the makeover didn't impress you?
I think it's his PR team trying to make over him into like, I'm smoking meat. And like,
pretty effective, do MMA.
Really. It's super effective. Like, he's very cool, but like, you also have to realize he can afford the most expensive PR teams in the world. He can afford everything. And so like, it would be naive of me to say that his image is not entirely curated for everyone to think he's an awesome guy, when in reality, like, he's so willing to chop heads. And this entire article states that like, he does not care about you. And also the internal leaks from Meta have shown that it is a total hellscape to work at. And basically people hate it with the politics and just general anxiety that you have working there.
Jamie Kim, your thoughts, sir?
Man, he took it really deep in a direction that I just wouldn't have thought about. I guess I'm thinking about it a little bit more in the business side of things, but I would simply say it's the pendulum swinging, guys. Like, we continue to see this pendulum swing. Remember when COVID happened, the hiring happened, and then, you know, I think it was about 2023, 2024, we saw the pendulum swing again and they started laying off people. I get it. Like, you know, there's a lot of situations where people are making decisions about people and dollars and value and all that stuff. And when I look at this thing right now, it's the first part of this pendulum swinging right now with this AI movement. I think that the thing that we're all continuing to understand faster and faster is we all want this future dream of this AGI future, this crazy, you know, this crazy future that where companies are run by lean teams with all these automated systems. And what we're continuing to learn is very simple. There's two things. A, humans do more than they thought they do. And then number two, this future of technology, well, it's just not there yet, guys. Like, we're still not there. And I know that Zuck, regardless if he's a cool dude or a non-cool dude, he recognizes that that's not there. And he made the decision to pause on it. So I don't look at it as like something. I think this is something that everyone's trying to figure out some version of. I think Elon, with Twitter becoming X, when he hacked off like 80% of the company, and they've survived and they've figured it out. And not saying that they've done great. Well, I guess they have, based on value and stock becoming SpaceX now. They've done a great job with a great outcome, but I think everyone's trying to figure their version of it out, because, you know, a large company that big, I don't care, you know, most large companies at some level, when they're that big and bloated, like, there's going to be there's going to be unhappy people. There's going to be people talking about it. There are going to be unhappy people about the politics that are happening. But the reality is, when companies get that big, that is literally the only thing you can do. I mean, what do they have? Like 70, 80,000 employees, guys? Like, I don't even, I mean, think about what that really means and like how you manage that. You can't self-manage that without some really strict rules that are going to rub some people the wrong way. Right. And so at the end of the day, their product is apparently better than we ever thought it was, because it's addictive. And I'm with you on the the mental health side thing, Colin. But like, the reality is like, as a product, as a business, they are accomplishing the things that they want to accomplish out at this moment too. So it goes, well, you know, there's a lot of thoughts there.
In terms of being an incredible product, I mean, it's where all of our
generating billions of dollars of GMV. It's addicting kids to their platform. It's giving them things to watch. I mean, it's a good product.
I would say it's an incredible product that's slowly getting worse over time.
Yeah, but where are people going, right? Like, they're going to Instagram. Oh, but Instagram owns them. TikTok, yeah, of course, right? TikTok is the other one, but that's it. Think about it, guys. Like, what real other social networks are actually relevant in this market besides Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok?
I run it up on Pinterest ads. I run it up.
on Pinterest. I'm the guy. Wait, on the ads? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I run up on Pinterest ads.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
right.
I mean,
I don't
what you
believe it.
sell at private at night, I mean, that's up to you. But like, you know what I mean? Most of us guys aren't on Pinterest, and most consumers aren't on Pinterest. A very small sector of people.
I wouldn't venture to guess what you're selling over there.
I don't know.
Here, Colin.
When the vest comes off.
The vest comes off, dude.
Hey, all I can say is that I do hope the very best for Meta. I hope the best because that's where
it's
we're
important.
all putting our knowledge today. It's important. Ecom in its current status does not exist. Consumer does not exist without a thriving.
Not as easy as it is. It was way harder before Meta existed.
Oof. So I hope the very best for them. And I think at the end of the day, that means Zuck making more money. So anyway, I hope as he makes more money, we all make more money too. Moving forward, gentlemen, a very interesting, deep conversation to open the show today. Moving forward to our stories of the day. Before we get there, a word from our sponsors over at Propel. Play it for us, producer Jack. People are the most important part of your business, and finding real A players is hard and incredibly time-consuming. Propel is the best recruitment agency out there for e-com brands and agencies who source talent from the US, Latin America, and beyond. We're talking video editors, graphic designers, media buyers, and more. The best part is they work on performance. You only pay a one-off fee, no retainers and no ongoing costs. Every hire comes backed by a free month guarantee. Go to wearepropel.com/ecom-cowboy-propel. If you mention Ecomm Cowboy, you're going to get 10% off your first hire. Many thanks for Propel being part of this show. Gentlemen, some very interesting second order effects happening inside of consumer because of GLP-1s. They are here. They are now. Many of these things are taking place and we're feeling it everywhere. Interesting story coming out of Retail Brew. I cite said statistic here at the top. As GLP-1 users shed pounds, wallets getting a little lighter too, they are spending more on clothing. Makes sense, right? Among those who have lost weight on drugs such as Ozempic and Wegovy, 40% plan to increase their apparel spending over the next year, compared to 25% of all respondents, according to a new report from Tenuity. Makes sense. We're seeing this on the re-commerce side, people buying secondhand. Of course, we're seeing it on Victoria's Secret side too. We have seen, and producer Jack, bring this tweet up for us. Geiger Capital let us know yesterday, Victoria's Secret now up 300% over the last year. Bring this next tweet up, producer Jack. Up 300% over the past year. A very significant secondary order effect of the GLP-1 movement. Last, though, you can bring us back together here, Jack. Lastly, in addition to this, gentlemen, Cheesecake Factory, surprisingly, at the same time, while people are losing weight, Cheesecake Factory up 118% year over year. 118%. Okay. And I have some wonderings. Why is this taking place? People losing weight, spending more on apparel, especially on, some very, intimate type wares such as Victoria's Secret and more. At the same time, Cheesecake Factory is soaring, outperforming NVIDIA and others in terms of percentage. It's kind of shocking. We start here with you, Jimmy Kim. Your thoughts on this, sir? What is going on?
I feel like there's this big world of thought here when you think about it, right? So GLP-1s to apparel, that's pretty obvious, right? They lose some weight. Obviously, when you feel good, you want to buy clothes and impress other people. So you dress and show up to however you want to. That makes total sense. That also ties into Victoria's Secret, which is obviously they look better and they now want to show off to their partner or feel whatever, they want to feel as a woman might want to feel, or a man if they want to feel really sexy in their outfit they're wearing, right? In their life, right? Their body and skin. So I totally get that. Now, the Cheesecake Factory thing, I almost attribute as a twofold thing. So number one, if I'm thinking about it in the simplest way, it's the economics, right? Like cheesecake, you guys have all been to Cheesecake. They give you gobs of food, right? You can order anything you want in your world. If you can think about it, it's on the Cheesecake menu. Right? It's such a big one. And then number two, they give you huge portions. So economically, if you want to share with your family or you want to take it home, that makes sense. So then you think about it, the GLP user. Well, a GLP user doesn't eat a lot of food because that's the whole point of GLP. You could go to Cheesecake Factory and get a meal and probably eat it for 3 to 4 meals over the next 2-3 days, right? Like that makes a lot of sense. So economically, the world is, it's a little tough right now. Inflation's up. So people are looking for maximum dollar value. There's that at Cheesecake. 2, you got all the options in the world. So there's that. And then 3, they're not eating as much. So again, it goes back to the economics of things. Why waste money? Go get a meal at Cheesecake Factory, a chicken teriyaki thing, and eat it for the next 2-3 meals, right? It's almost like meal prep. There could be a lot of stuff like that. Yeah.
I find this fascinating. I do find the portion size at Cheesecake
it's huge.
Factory.
It's the biggest. I mean, the calories are insane because they give you such insane portions. But guys, I mean, just like you guys, I love it over there because you can literally get anything you want and nothing's like excellent. It's like good enough. And the value of the dollar is right there, right? It's not an expensive $18 dish for something that you can literally eat over 2 to 3 meals.
Lovely. Yeah. Colin Doherty, your thoughts on this?
I'm a huge fan of this. I also want to just say that like Cheesecake Factory is also pretty good,
right?
Maybe it's not just the GLP users, also just Cheesecake Factory being a good establishment. I'm a big Cheesecake Factory fan. I think it's really interesting because we're seeing kind of like full life-changing transformations. So a great example is my sister's friend was on a GLP. She's been on it for, call it, a decent amount of time. She's lost about 70 pounds. She totally looks at herself as like a different human being now. Like the self-image of like before and after, it is a total like mind messer. And you're like, great, I'm like almost a new person now. I'm going to get a new wardrobe. I'm going to get new XYZ. I'm going to get all this stuff to like basically reward myself for this new me that I have. I'm like feeling super confident about. And like, you can really see the difference on her face and how she's talking. She's like so pumped up. She's happy. She's so excited. She's more involved with like conversations we have with her. It's really wild, I think, on like a psychological basis to look at this and be like, these are 2 fundamentally different consumers, even though they're the same person. These are 2 fundamentally different consumers of before and after GLP. And it's going to be wild as these start to break out. There was some guy that lost like 150 pounds. You can't tell me that's not an entirely new dude after that.
It is.
It's just bananas, the transformations we're seeing now.
I would say too, I think this portion size, very interesting inside of our K-shaped economy, where 1 in 5 households are now on GLP-1s. Okay. That's extra expenditure as everything, continues to go up in terms of costs and more. I shop at the grocery store. Don't tell me inflation's not bad. Don't tell me the prices aren't going up. I know that they are. Okay. It's interesting now. Okay. You add in more people getting on GLPs. All right. Maybe as they do that, why not get best bang for your buy here? Let's go instead of Nobu. Let's go for a Cheesecake Factory. I still have a fancy-ish experience. And then I'm going to take home 3 or 4 portions that I can eat on the back side of that. Take that home. Don't be afraid of taking the kitty back home. What I will say here, gentlemen, I have to put this out. I think Cheesecake Factory is incredible. It's awesome. Cheesecake Factory is such a banger, okay? It sits in this category. I've used this illustration before, but it sits in this category of Creed and Nickelback. Everybody has always told us for the past 10 years, Creed and Nickelback are horrible. They suck. They're bad. The music was so, but then actually you go back and listen to it and you're like, this is banger on banger. I remember the early 2000s and it was awesome then and it's still awesome now. And I would submit you go to Cheesecake Factory now because maybe, Nobu's a little too heavy for the bill. You go to Cheesecake Factory instead and you remember, like, you look around, it's like, well, yeah, what is this decor? It is right next to a movie theater. I am kind of inside the mall. And also I got 3 or 4 portions for myself that I can take home. Cheesecake Factory is a banger. And maybe the whole K-shaped economy plus the GLP-1s are helping us all rediscover ourselves there. I would submit this. Crazy?
Potentially even pushing dating as well. Cheesecake's a really solid date spot. And you would you could make the argument with the push of GLP-1s. More people are getting more confident. More people are trying to date. My freshman year, I lived next to, I dormed next to a future NFL football player, and he would bring girls every single week, almost every single day, to the Cheesecake Factory, and he would come back with like 2 bags of cheesecake and be like, "Yo, you want some of this?" I'd be like, "Man, you are the man. You are awesome.
Gang,
I
gang.
do want some of that."
Gang.
So there is like a dating piece here where like people are getting more confident. They could be dating more and trying to be a little bit more adventurous.
Maybe there's hope for
You guys think Zuckerberg eats at Cheesecake Factory?
Dude,
no.
No.
He builds
No.
a Cheesecake Factory inside of his Hawaii compound, which is even more flex. And that's what I want to happen, because that means I have probably succeeded in, my various advertising endeavors. At least that's what I hope. He wins, we win.
No, Chris. We will not do that, Chris.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good,
Thank you.
impersonation here.
Welcome to the metaverse. Thank
That's
you.
old school Zuck. New school Zuck's cooler than that.
Yeah,
last of our stories of the day here, gentlemen, before a rousing time of ad versus ad. Oasis Health app now looking for a lawyer. And I actually thought this was old news because it's come out now that they are thoroughly getting sued. Even the founder here, Cormac, getting personally sued. He puts out this post yesterday. Oasis looking for legal counsel to help defend the future of transparent consumer health. 2 years ago, we started, yada, yada, yada. Recently, LMNT, a company whose own filings show over $200 million in annual revenue, filed a 51-page lawsuit against Oasis and against me personally, represented by Quinn Emanuel, one of the largest litigation firms in the country, Elon Musk and Jay-Z's law firm. We're bootstrapped, consumer transparency startup, focused on publishing lab data, etc. We have no interest in a prolonged court battle, but we believe deeply in the right to publish independent lab data, and we intend to defend it. I find this puzzling, gentlemen. You can bring us back here, Jack. I find this puzzling because there's been so many cases of brand founders that we know and love who have said, like, "Hey, you are saying incorrect things about us." And it came out like, "Hey, that was a mistake. That was a vibe coded thing." I do believe that, they are transforming their processes to try and be as accurate and transparent, third-party tested as possible. But there's been so many things that have come out, and now they are officially in a legal battle for some of those cases, or they put out misinformation, etc. I find it a little odd that they don't already have said legal representation. Start here with you, Jimmy Kim. Your thoughts on this?
So, I was looking at this company before the show because I was kind of curious and I didn't know too much about it, but it kind of makes some sense, right? So like at the top level of what Oasis is, they're trying to be this great company for the consumer, for the humans, for the health. And so in their mind, they're doing no wrong, right? They're not trying to be malicious or hurt anybody or hurt the big business, but they forgot that businesses that do get hurt, that have a lot of money, are going to come after them if they are unhappy with the things that are being said about them. So to me, it sounds like, yes, the founder probably had fantastic, good intentions, and probably these papers and dollars and numbers and everything that's coming out is probably right. But the reality is you're fighting against this big conglomerate of this big, large corporate companies that have a lot of money, and you are affecting shareholder value. You're affecting the board seat. You're affecting a lot of things. And therefore, you are going to get sued. So why they wouldn't have legal from the beginning, that makes sense. Like, why would you have legal when you're not thinking about doing anything in a malicious way? But what their product has done is shown and exposed an industry that has a lot of dollars, a lot of money, and a lot of big players behind it. And well, when you do that and you poke the bear, well, the bear is going to come fighting for you or growling and knocking on your door. And that's what's happening here today. So it's kind of my opinion about it. I think that there was no bad intentions. It's just something that's going to occur when you are exposing things that are in the market that probably people didn't know about. That's my guess.
And maybe incorrectly.
Incorrectly is a big part. And well, for whatever reason that might be, and it may come out that it was AI at the end of the day, but whatever it is, it's the easy thing to blame. They should just blame AI. They should have just said, "Oh, we're sorry, our AI systems, just hallucinated.
Yeah,
We'll be switching providers and vendors, whatever it might be."
Right. Yeah, there's definitely some things to address on that side. Colin Doherty, your thoughts here?
I completely agree with Jimmy on this. I completely agree 100%. I think this is like akin to trying to go after like big pharma and then being shocked that like you kick the hornet's nest and then all of a sudden you have lawsuits coming out of your wazoo, so to speak.
Oh.
Like these people have so much money, and if you start to mess with that stock price, if you start to mess with that shareholder value, if you start to mess with those advisor shares, you're going to start hearing from people and they're going to be very upset. The ethos of what they're trying to do is fundamentally true and good. I believe that. I think Jimmy said that too, where it's like, I believe in transparent third-party testing. You just can't get this stuff wrong. And that's the issue here is like, you're doing a vibe coded thing and you're getting some stuff wrong. You fundamentally just can't do that because you are the third-party tested source. So then now I don't believe you. You're not a trusted source anymore. That's the whole point of you functioning as a entity is for me to like endure my trust to you. That's the issue here. This is going to be brutal. I don't know. I don't know how they survive this, and we'll see. We'll see who takes the case because the lawyers on the other side. Lawyers on the other side are no joke.
They're going for the throat.
No
Of
joke.
course.
They're going for the throat.
Well, here's what I'll say too. I think at least inside of our community, there's not much hubbub about some attack or not attack, but some expose, even if it's, misguided or, vibe coded in the wrong way. Not much hubbub on some kind of proposed expose about some large P&G owned brand. There's not much to be said in our community about that. But for challenger brands, for up and comers, for those who are in the primal, ancestral, purity focused, flip the food pyramid inside of that whole niche, make America healthy again, in various ways and places with various products, etc. There was a lot of hubbub about getting misinformation about these small challenger brands who are as committed to the cause as possible. That's where a lot of the vitriol and response came inside of our community. That's where I would just say, like, it's interesting on top of this, like, who is suing them? It's not P&G. It's Element. It's LMNT, it's like One of Us. Like they came up there a few years ago. It's like natural hydration, but we're going to do salt, like all the things. It's interesting. Like that's where the real response came from. And I don't know that things are going to get solved there without some real, kind of a come to Jesus type moment and a fixing of said processes, and maybe it'll get hammered out in court. But I do hope that the cause of transparency inside of products, et cetera, I do hope that succeeds. I do think it's very important to the future of America.
I think so too. Yeah.
Moving forward to ad versus ad, gentlemen, I shall play the sound effect. Producer Jack, you give us said overlay. It is time.
Let the fight begin. Fight me.
It is time for ad versus ad. I have produced an ad. I have not produced it, but I have found it. I shall bring it forth. Colin Doherty has found an ad, and we have.
I produced mine.
Jimmy Kim. No, you didn't. You didn't.
I produced mine.
You did not.
This is my store.
It is not your store. You found it just the same as I did. We shall present, argue for, perhaps rebut. And then the one and only Jimmy Kim shall be our astute judge who shall award who has found the best ad of the week. Colin Doherty, would you like to go first here, sir?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Why don't you go first here?
Mine is going to be on the left. It's Peanuts Golf Apparel. If you want to dive into this, Jack, can you open up just mine? Nice. Let's go. So here's my ad. I think that the Peanuts IP is, I would say, argue it's timeless. I think it's a really winsome, amazing, timeless brand. I think also there's a really big push right now for nostalgia within kind of our demographic. None better the case than Peanuts. I also love the fact that they're showcasing all sides of the hat really easily. So you know kind of all of the main features and elements of this hat and how it looks pretty easily. You don't have to like see a video. You don't have to watch somebody wear it. It's just like, bam, this is how this looks. Here's all sides, but we're going to do it in a fun, cool way. And then you also have just like a really amazing backdrop to like winsomely work in little cute little peanut guys. And it's like, great, we have all of the elements. And then we also have a little bit of branding as well. But I think this is a home run hit. I also just love this hat. And that guy's a little cutie pie. I would easily get this hat.
I think, Colin Doherty, that you are making this too easy for me, is what I will say here. I know we all love peanuts, okay? That's great.
Well,
we love Charlie Brown.
Let's dive into the performance itself. It's been running for 143 days. It is in the top 1% of all ads. It was first seen forever ago, and it's still running. So it is a home run producing ad. And it's a pretty simple format, but it was done in a really nice, tasteful way too.
We've all sold a few hats every now and again. You don't have to do that much. Okay. You don't have to do
Whoa.
that much. You just put the hat on the ad.
That's like not true.
If people like it, they buy it. If they don't,
that's not true.
Okay. So they found a few Charlie Brown fans. Okay. They do exist.
Dude, it's peanuts. It's different.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now let me just bring forth here, Jimmy Kim. Let me bring forth the ad of the hour here, gentlemen. I have surfaced this ad from Loop. Okay, we all know Loop earplugs. They crush. They conquer. They dominate on the interwebs. And I just want to show you why would somebody buy a $30 to $55 or more pair of earplugs? Why would you do that, Jimmy? Doesn't make sense. Well, let me differentiate for you here inside of this creative. If you're hearing loud music, oh, you need the Loop experience, Jimmy. Oh, if you're hearing a restaurant clatter, you need the Loop engage. Plane engines, you need the Loop quiet. Someone snoring, you need the Loop dream here. And producer Jack, I want to just give you guys some copy here as well, because I know that's important. The copy here, not sure which earplugs are right for you, we can help. Whether you're blocking out distractions, getting through a noisy commute, taking an amazing nap, or just living a little louder, like a little festival, maybe a rave in Las Vegas or something. We've engineered a pair for you: Loop Quiet, Loop Engage, etc. They differentiate here. Try yours today for 100 days. Hassle-free returns. I'll also show you here, gentlemen. Producer Jack has these stats. Top 1%. This is ranked number 5 of their 7,000 ads. They have 7,000 ads, Jimmy. This is number 5. It's been up for 46 days. They have made several iterations of this because of how good it is performing. And I would submit to you, if an ad like this can help you spend $55 or more on a set of earplugs by helping frame where you're going to be experiencing this thing and living your best life, this is ad of the hour. This is ad of the week. A silence on Colin Doherty's side. I think we're here. We're ready, Jimmy Kim. We're ready for your judgment.
It was a good ad. It was a good ad.
I mean, look, this one's not hard. I think that one is leaning on nostalgia and experience and looks. Yeah. The other one is actually pure marketing. I mean, the other one is very simple. It's problem, benefit, problem, benefit, problem, benefit, problem, benefit in a very witty and easy to understand format. And it's justifying the dollar value of the product. So I'm with you with Chris on hats. Like, I'm a hat buyer. I like hats when I like them, and I don't like hats when I don't like them. Like, that's pretty black and white. And I don't care what the hat looks like. You can just take the hat and just put it down as a, like a picture, or you could throw it on a person as a lifestyle or whatnot. But I will say the value of having a Peanuts collab is going to accelerate that, because the moment they didn't have the Peanuts collab, that thing would be worth nothing. No one would click on that ad, right? But that Peanuts collab is definitely hitting a very nostalgic group of people that are willing to wear that. So unfortunately, Colin, the winner this week is very much the Loop earrings. Or the
Oh, it's too good. It's too good. Wow. I almost feel bad. At this point, but I will say a rousing time here of ad versus ad. And Jimmy Kim, maybe we'll do this again live when you join us IRL. on the show, Commerce Roundtable, sushi burrito in hand as we look at the waves. I think everybody should go and get your ticket. Be there. Don't miss out. Maybe you can use code Cowboy. I think people are going to be sad if they're not there. They should up their game before Black Friday and more.
25 days away. It's going to be an incredible time. 750 people on the way. So come join these guys, get on the show, and come hang out. Let's go.
We shall do it. We appreciate you making the time to join us. We're looking forward to having you back, man. Thank you, bro. Oh, Colin. Oh, I love you, Colin. I love you. You okay? You doing all right?
Yeah, it's just I haven't won in like a while.
It's been a little bit. I've been on a streak. I've been on a hot streak. But the good news is that there's always next week. And coming inside of this show right now, we have the one and only Luke Thorburg. Great name, by the way. Thorburg. Huge. Kind of a baller last name. Thorburg. Co-founder and CCO of StreetTalk. Recently literally threw a creator out of a helicopter for the plot, for the ad. No, I think the creator jumped of their own volition and will. But just to hype it up a little more, he is coming inside of the show. Before he comes, a word from our sponsors over at Rich Panel and Sati. Play it for us, producer Jack. Your affiliate program, it looks fine on paper. Commissions going out, sales coming in, but the industry is built on last click attribution. It's an oversimplification of affiliates as a channel. Sati is the first affiliate platform built on multi-touch attribution, cookieless, Shopify native, services who introduced your customer, who nurtured them along the way, and who closed the sale. So you're no longer just looking at a flat list of commission payouts. You have a map of how your affiliate channel moves people through the buying decision. Go to mysati.io/champion/ecom-cowboy. Get 20% off your plan. Many thanks for Sati being part of the show. Your CX team is buried in repeat tickets that are costing you money. Rich Panel is the AI help desk that fixes this massive headache and automates 70 to 80% of your interactions. You're only responsible for the exceptions. Your team of Rich Panel AI agents has got you on the rest end to end. If you're paying humans $2 to $10 per ticket, you need to see what 30 cents feels like. Ridge did this, cut their cost per ticket by 70%, save $500,000 and 50% autonomous resolution in 30 days guaranteed, or your money back. Go to richpanel.com, book your demo today. Many thanks for Rich Panel being part of the show. If you've been alive and scrolling X or LinkedIn a little bit over the past year, maybe more, you know that StreetTalk exists by now. In the age of AI and creative and more, what's more authentic than a spontaneous conversation, IRL, in person, on street, etc., etc. StreetTalk, Luke and Josh over at said StreetTalk have been pioneering this and making their way in the interwebs. They've just worked with a few small brands, IM8, Groons, Cal AI more, and doing some very interesting things over there. We have some big things to talk about. Methinks also a new client coming up for them, Domino's, small pizza chain. Maybe you've heard of before. Colin, heard of this small pizza chain before, Domino's?
I love Domino's. Big fan. I used to do it every week. Maybe I will do it again. We must welcome him inside of the show, the one and only Luke Thorburg, co-founder of StreetTalk. Get in here, Luke. Get inside this show.
What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
Luke, welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you making the time to join us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. I'm excited to do it. I know you just interviewed my buddy Oliver. I think you've interviewed Josh a few times. So yeah.
Yes, that's right. Luke, an official member of the Media Mafia.
The Media Mafia, yeah. It's the boys.
That's right. Who are making people an offer that they cannot refuse.
Yeah,
over in NYC and more. Mm-hmm. Luke, man, give us some background on you, because this phenomenon developing over there and what you guys are doing specifically with StreetTalk, very unique and obviously a winsome offer and service, because it's everywhere, every way. Whenever I scroll through Instagram, I was like, oh yeah, I know who that's StreetTalk. It's StreetTalk's work happening over there. Give us some background on you, man.
Yeah, so I've been in the e-com space for the past half decade or so, always on the agency side, some minority stakes in brands, had a media buying shop for a while. We started offering UGC. somewhere along the way, another member of the Media Mafia guys actually introduced me and Josh, and we decided that we were going to merge together and come to StreetTalk.
Awesome.
Yeah, fast forward. We've been together like a year and in a few months now, maybe a year and a half now. Things are going great. Obviously, like world-class client roster, AG1, Grunes, Prize Picks, Hexclad, you name it. Just got awarded the fastest growing agency in 2026, which is amazing and really built like a nice dream team together.
Incredible. Man. Congrats to
you.
Luke, you got to talk to us about your recent tweet with basically like Clipper style and live streaming. Obviously, we want to learn about it because we are a live show and we love all things live. I would love to hear what you guys are doing for this like next iteration of everything.
So yeah, StreetTalk, obviously we put our name on the map as like the world's biggest viral street interview agency, right? But as the world continues to progress, like what we really want to be known as and what we're expanding out to is authentic creative, right? We want to be the most authentic creative agency, right? Whether that mean throwing someone out of an airplane and filming a UGC ad, you know, while we're doing it. Like this is stuff that you're not going to get from a UGC creator in their bedroom. Whether that be filming someone for 4 hours as they go walk throughout New York and have real live interactions with people, and then clip that up into content that D2C brands or D2C apps can run. Like this is ways that we're going to continue to innovate on the content format to go not only just into street interviews, but authentic creative in general that people are going to believe more than like your scripted UGC or influencer.
I mean, it doesn't get more authentic than live and living color happening as life in its spontaneous forms happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Luke, I find this interesting because you have, you know, background in our space. Cool lighting change, by the way.
Yeah,
cool
right. It's on the timer. I'm standing to still.
I'm interested your thoughts on this, you know, with background in agency, UGC, all of the things. I mean, tell me, does UGC in its form that we have known, do you see it continuing to have a future, or do you feel like it's dead and gone, it's passé?
It's always going to have its place, I think. It's not going to have the arbitrage that it used to, right? Like in early, like let's say 2020, like Oliver with Tabs, for example, being one of the first guys to really crack organic UGC, you know, he was able to run up a business within a matter of months from like 0 to 10 million.
Yeah.
Now UGC is just, it's standard equipment, right? Like it's like you don't have UGC running and you're an e-com brand. It's like, are you bankrupt? Like is like the question, right? So I think it's more of just like a Pareto's distribution, right? Like there's going to be a small amount of creators that are still really, really effective and really drive results. But for the most part, like if you're running UGC, it's not going to be nearly effective as it used to be. There's going to be a few people that could do really innovative, really, I'd say really creative concepts, or who are like exceptionally talented or good looking that are still going to do good as UGC creators and are still going to be able to drive results for brands. But like the average, like pick up your iPhone, upload it into meta ads and expect that to be successful, that's not going to work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. I have access to 200 ad accounts in the biggest brands in the world. I see what's working live in real time right now, and that's not working anymore.
Oof. I would love to double click on that. I would love, because you have so much data within ad accounts right now. What is the most overrated ad format that you wish brands and honestly brand founders would stop doing?
It's really the bedroom UGC. It's just because everyone's doing it. And I know that goes in line with like what we're talking about, right? But like brands are spending, in a lot of cases, a ton of money, huge retainers, whether it be like they're paying it up front or they're paying a percentage of the spend, whatever it may be, on this like bedroom style content. It's just not driving the results like it used to. Whenever you could expand into other content formats, again, whether that be like authentic creative like we do, whether that be like podcast generated content, whether that be founder generated content, whether that be employee generated content, all that stuff is getting way better outsized returns than like your basic UGC retainer. But it's so packaged, it's so commoditized, it's so easy to buy. It's like sitting there on the shelf. That's what everyone reaches for, even though it's not really the thing that's driving results.
You know, it's interesting, Luke, how inside of our industry, probably every industry, once something works, then everybody floods and flocks to it,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I wonder if you would stay or differentiate on this same line when it comes to the yapper ad, in the sense that it's a little, a little shaky. I'm in the car. It's, spontaneous, continuous stream of thought, etc. There's been a lot of flocking, a lot of courses that have come out on yapping and more. Would you double click on that?
You just need more authority than like the ability to yap, right? Like if it's a beauty product and you're gorgeous, right? Then like you kind of have some innate authority, right? If you're talking about let's say a pet product and like you are obviously a vet and it's not just like completely faked, right? And like you're having to spend, I'd say, more intention into proving that it's authentic, right? It used to be you could just throw on a lab coat and now all of a sudden you're a vet and then you'd run that as an ad and it would work well. It's like now you need to be in a lab coat, be able to speak with authority and have your vet office behind you for me to actually, and obviously not be AI, like almost have like a proof of life piece of this, right? To get people to believe that you're a vet and to make it like actually like move around a little bit, turn your head left and right, whatever it may be, right? To actually prove that this is authentic and you're at a place of authority. So I think gone are the days where you can just like take a 25-year-old and have them record something in their bedroom or their bathroom and expect it to work. There needs to be a lot more to that.
This is a great concept, Colin, the proof of life. There being like a thumbprint of sorts. Where people can tell like this is an actual person. That's a great concept that we need to explore.
And that's where like even street interviews, like people are getting skeptical that they're curated. And a lot of people are curating the street interviews out there, right? So that's how we're like, how do we take this to the next level? Like we have our host running around New York with a cart full of shit. You see him like interacting with like real people in real time. Some people are like, get away from me, like, and then like you see the conversation start. And you see the person's hesitant at the beginning and then they warm up to you a little bit and like, okay, the ad's 2 minutes long instead of like 30 seconds long, but it is real. And this is a real person that actually like tried this product and liked it, right? So like even us, the authentic content agency, we have to figure out ways we can make it more authentic.
Oh, I like this.
I mean, Luke, you have seen so many people on the street. You've been reacting to so many videos on the street. What has that taught you about basically brands potentially misunderstanding their customer? Because you see this real authentic reaction and you kind of have this disconnect potentially between the brand CMO or founder. And he's like, oh, this is what we are. This is who we are. This is how we sell. And you're like, I actually just talked to 200 people and like, you don't know your person at all.
Yeah. I see this a lot, particularly with like supplements, and they'll want us to jam like 15 feature cells into this conversation, right? And like we're trying to basically like jam the product down their throat, but it's like they just want to be able to sleep at night, right? Like they just want to be able to sleep at night, right? They're like they're talking about some like triple magnesium blend, right? Like everyone wants the feature cell at the end of the day. But like I will say, like the cool thing about the street interview concept is like you actually get like to talk to a real customer in real time, where a lot of these CMOs, a lot of these brand owners, a lot of the e-com bros, like they've never actually talked to a real customer in real life at all. They're in this like Facebook ads echo chamber watching YouTube videos. And they're like, we need to jam unique mechanisms. We need to jam features into every single talking point, when really like they just need to really just like emotion bait. Like they just really need to like speak to the person's pain point and emotion and sell way more on that versus no one gives a shit about your features.
This is an interesting point, Luke, because there's the Harmon brothers in their heyday, they would always index on this. One of the first principles they talk about, if you want to know how to sell your thing, you have to sell it in person. You do not know how to sell your thing until you have sold it in person to an actual human being in front of you. There is something to this.
Yeah. And now we just like scan Facebook comments and like hope that's like a substitute, right? And it's hard because even if you call your customer, like your customer is talking to you with the context that they're talking to the brand, right? So like even them, they're going to kind of change what they talk about a little bit and the things that they say to try to appease you and probably not start a conflict with you. I think the cool thing about being like interviewers, oftentimes we're going out there very objectively, right? Like we're not even trying to sell, like we're asking you what you think without telling you anything about the product first. And I think that's where you do get a lot of the real information. Now, the problem is we'll take that information, we'll take those clips, we'll take those sound bites, and we'll bring that back to the brand. And then the brand's like, oh, well, you didn't talk about my triple magnesium formula. It's like they don't give a shit about your triple magnesium formula, right? Like that's just the way it is. I hate to break it to you. They expect them to start doing their talking points for them. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Triple magnesium is amazing for me. And you're like, oh, talk about that.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah. Luke, I would love to talk a little bit more about you're sitting on so much data. You see so much in the ads manager. If you could kind of talk to a brand owner, say it's a 10 million a year brand, what would you say that are 3 concepts that they should try to test next month? Aside from just StreetTalk interviews, that should be one. That should be number 1. We'll get that one out of the way. Or another 3.
Maybe getting on your wait list and finding their
getting
way
on your wait list.
Yeah, I think I've got a couple. I think number 1, like podcast generated content, but I've seen it done really well by people like Marsmen. They do this really well in a lot of cases, where it's not like the conversation format, but it's more of like someone telling their story it's almost like a combination of like an authentic testimonial and like a podcast format, where they're like telling the story in a podcast format, monologue for like a minute and a half about how the product changed their life, what they were dealing with, really agitating the pain point, and then presenting that product as a solution. I've seen that work really, really well. The other one that I've seen work really, really well right now, and I have a friend that owns one of the biggest like static ad agencies. It's Simon from Static. I don't know if you guys, maybe I'll connect you guys with him. He's a French guy, and he would be a great person to have on the show. Definitely, I'd say the biggest static agency, and they work with a lot of really A-tier brands. But they do like their own version of like, I'd say like ugly AI ads where they'll generate like something that looks horrible. I don't know why this keeps happening, but they'll generate like, like one of those scientific like clickbait images where it'll be like, a leg cut in half and it will be like all the fat that's like in the muscle tissue.
Yes.
Right. They'll generate something like that specifically. I don't even know what to call that, but it's working really, really well. I saw one of like a heart cut in half that they made. Wow. And they make some really good, like explicit, they are clickbait to a degree, right? Explicit pictures that are going to drive to either like a listicle or like an advertorial. Those are working really, really well right now. And I would say anyone who's trying to generate top of funnel, that's the type of stuff they're doing.
And that is what we want at the end of the day. We want clicks. We want people actually coming to the website,
Meet people on the website.
Yeah. Checking said thing out. I think there's a consistent theme here coming out, Luke, as you talk. And it's like pushing things it's like pushing the envelope. It's like living on the edge and always taking things to the next degree. Luke, you got to tell me about throwing people out of helicopters and planes.
So
crazy.
Talk to me about this.
Crazy.
So it actually hasn't happened yet. It's like a month from now. Just making sure you guys know. Listen, at the end of the day, like I'm in the people business. My job is to get amazing people to come work for StreetTalk in our team, whether that be world-class creative strategists or whether that be world-class like talent. We call them hosts here, right? But like they're really our creators. They're our talent at the end of the day. So one of the biggest companies that we work for, they're in the sports betting industry. I'm not gonna dox them until this actually happens and comes out. But like if you looked, you could probably find out. Is we have one of our hosts that's been representing them for a long time, and like they have a lot of celebrities that are signed underneath their company, right, as influencers, right? So we're constantly interviewing celebrities for them, and we're like going to content shoots and content houses. But they came to us, so like we want to do like something crazy, like we want to actually we want to break the internet with an ad, right? Like we've had their top performing ads and we've had a lot of really cool stuff, but they want to take it to the next level. They have deep pockets, right? They're like, publicly traded company at the end of the day, right? And so I was like, guys, like, let's throw someone out of an airplane. Like, that would be sick, right? And let's have them use your product on the way down. Like let's talk about authenticity, right? Like, you can't have a UGC creator go and jump out of an airplane for you, right? Like, we're gonna have someone see if they can use your app while they're on their way down from an airplane, right? And see if they can lock in a bet, in the 30 seconds that they're in free fall and turn that into a creative. Like, that would be absolutely sick. You want to talk about how easy it is to use your app? This guy's going to get knocked out of an airplane and then use the product, right? So that's going to be really cool. We're going to try to turn that into 5 unique creatives.
That's
Luke.
And we have someone crazy enough to do it too on our team.
Luke, I'm gonna throw this at you just because someone's already done it before. And I'll throw it at you. You can throw it right back because you're going to be like, that sounds like a liability nightmare. I don't know if you remember this. This was marketing gem forever ago when Travis Pastrana jumped out of the plane without the chute. And
I do remember this.
And there were 3 people that caught him, and then they did the whole thing. I would say, get rid of the chute, dude. Let's get rid of the chute. Let's have whoever it is without the chute, and you send 6 guys out with them. And then they go catch
SEAL Team 6.
I've already lost it. Listen, the guy that we're going to throw out is a Marine. So maybe that helps, right? But
that's what I'm saying. But he sounds good.
But I'm already terrified from throwing anyone out of the plane. They're like, you want to go up there? I'm like, guys, I love my life. Life's going really good for me. I'm not going up in that airplane, right?
No.
But we have someone who's already willing to do it. We have enough paperwork right now. I think we take the chute away. We might as well just throw all the paperwork out of the building, right? I don't know if I can get insurance that's going to cover that. I think this is the issue.
Yeah, the insurance would be out the wazoo.
I want to get trained as a Street Talk host.
Yeah.
I want to get a little, I think that every marketer who is always living behind their laptop, I think it's so good and healthy to get into things like sales, get out of the cubicle, get outside of the context, lose the face, risk the face, get rejected. I think that would be healthy.
I'm out there with our hosts because I oversee all of delivery for our company, right? So I do a lot of quality control. I've made a lot of content in my day, but I've never been the on-camera talent as a street talker. Josh has, right? Yeah. But whenever I'm out there, I have secondhand social anxiety. I'm they're running up to a person to interview them. I'm like, that dude looks like he's going to bite you. I'm not going up to that person. I don't even want to be close. I'm pacing. I'm walking the other way. I just got kicked out of a bar or something. Right. And so, they'll be interviewing and it's absolutely crazy, but I will say it makes you ruthless. And an easy pipeline for us is after you're a street talker for 6 months, you can basically come into the company and work your way into any position because we know that you're a dog. If you make it 6 months as a street talker, you can go in and be sales. You can go in and be a creative strategist. You're a dog. You're going to figure it out.
Come on.
Wow.
Dog.
Okay.
Certified dog.
We asked Josh when he was on the show this question. I'd love to ask it to you. What is the craziest thing you have seen while you were doing street talk?
Yeah, Josh got punched in the face. That's a big one. I don't know. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was the biggest one. I'd say some of the funniest stuff is we'll be in a park in New York and we'll have someone with a microwave on their shoulder connected to a big car battery trying to heat up meal prep, right? Trying to heat up meal prep for people to try and see if they like it. And then the police will come and they'll be like, guys, you can't have a car battery in the middle of the park with a microwave. It's not safe. It's a fire hazard, right? So yeah, I would say Josh getting punched is probably one of the crazy ones that I've seen. We had a funny April Fool's Day. This is a liability nightmare too. Just doing this, we have to have insurance, right? We had an April Fool's Day prank where one of our hosts actually paid an actor to cold cock him and knock him to the ground. They recorded it. They put it on my desk on April Fool's Day, and they're like, "Dude, he just got hurt. We need to get you over there." And then I watched this video, I was freaking out, and then they're like, "Oh, it's a joke." I was like, Yeah, I'm not going to say. I don't know what the cussing policy is on this show, to be honest
So
with you.
So did the actor actually punch them, or did they act the whole thing out and then he leaned with it? How did that work?
They did. Listen, they're all actors, right? So like, they can throw a good fake punch and they can pretend to be punched really well, right? And like, they did a real punch. They didn't go full hand, like full speed, right?
Yeah.
But like, it was very well executed. I can find the video. Like, it was like I was terrified. No one thought that it was fake. You know, it looks great.
It must have been quite convincing.
Yeah, Josh getting punched is probably the worst one that we've seen so far. Hopefully, I mean, I'm praying for my liability insurance. That's like the worst thing that ever happens.
Hilarious.
We had one of our hosts again too. It was pretty funny, like doing a Street Talk ad and just had like this 350-pound guy tackle him into a swimming pool, like almost like broke his sternum, basically. Like, but yeah, that's pretty much the craziest stuff. Thankfully.
Oh my gosh,
very office.
New York City's a different beast.
Made a great ad though. Made a great ad. Like, you know, like that's a great hook. Like you doing an interview and someone just tackling you into a pool.
Oh, yeah. I bet they made
new hook angle.
New hook unlocked.
New to you guys, old to me.
If you want to have a great performing ad, you need to get tackled by a 350-pound.
That's fair.
I think
that's fair.
Great way to open it up. Luke, I love the way that you guys push the envelope. And man, tell us this: if somebody wants to be like Domino's and all of these incredible brands that you're working with, they want to get in line, talk with you guys. Where do they go? How does that whole process get started?
Yeah, StreetTalk.com. We've got an amazing team. They'll take care of you well. Listen, if like you're not a good fit, we'll let you know. But if you are and you want to take your content to the next level, StreetTalk's the place to do it in 2026. The people have spoken.
The people have spoken, and the media mafia continues to serve consumer with an offer they cannot refuse.
Best group I've been in my whole life. Like they're amazing guys. Like such a cool group. Like, it's made all of us continue to level up, and it's a lot of fun too.
It's awesome. Absolutely. Man. Awesome. Luke, we appreciate you making the time to join us. We look forward to having you back. Thank you, man.
Awesome, guys. Take care.
Some young bloods who are a lot of experience over there in a short amount of time. Those guys are pushing the envelope in an incredible way.
I just imagine, like, we do interviews. I just imagine like a 350-pound guy tackling me while I'm doing an interview with somebody, and I'm just like so caught off guard.
Yeah,
into a pool.
I have been hit many times in my life, and the worst is no padding,
not knowing,
completely unexpected.
It's terrible.
It's horrible.
It's the worst feeling in the world, not knowing, and you're just like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Where did my lungs go?
Yeah. I'd go flying. A normal human being, I'd go flying.
It's paying the price for a good performing ad.
Yeah, that hook probably ripped.
I'm sure it ripped, as will being thrown out of a plane.
Using
the app on the way down. It's a great idea.
You remember that Travis Pastrana video?
Yeah. Guy jumped out of plane, no parachute. It's wild.
Yeah. I got to talk to him about it.
You talked with Travis Pastrana about it?
He was my neighbor.
Stop
in Maryland. Yeah, I met him. He was my neighbor in Maryland.
Jack.
I'm so serious. I'm so serious. He lives in Maryland.
And this is like, if this is true, this is like when you just like snuck in that actually Nicole's like a really like famous, awesome TikTok creator.
He wasn't my next door neighbor, but he lived in my neighborhood.
In the neighborhood.
Yeah. I've been over to his house and I like did dirt bike stuff with him.
Bro,
it was pretty cool. That like never comes up though. Like
you're always holding out on us. You're always holding out on us.
It's not like I know him. I don't like. It's not like I text
you don't.
Him.
You don't know him. Your neighbor, who you do dirt bike stuff with.
My old neighbor. We went over one time. It was like me and my fraternity brothers. We were just messing around. I talked to him about that stunt. It was cool. And then the guy that was on the bike, like street bike Tommy, who flipped the bike. You know who I'm talking about? He was there too. These guys are from Maryland. Like, I don't know what I don't know.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know what you want me to say here.
What are we gonna do with this guy? International man of mystery.
Yeah.
A continual surprise. The many lives of Colin Doherty. Moving forward here, ladies and gentlemen, to some watch and react action on our way. A word from our sponsors over at Northbeam and Trend Track. Play it for us, producer Jack. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know what's really working right now, not what worked 6 months ago, but what's actually scaling on the market today, Trend Track gives you full access to the marketing playbook of any brand in the world. From every Meta, Google, TikTok ad they run to every email newsletter they send their customers, your direct competitors, the biggest players on the market is all there. All the market data centralized in one place, refreshed every 24 hours. Go to trendtrack.io and get hooked up with them today. Know what's actually working on the internet. Many thanks for Trend Track being part of the show. If you're in the ads manager all day long, you know the problem. Every platform takes credit. Every dashboard tells a different story. Meta says this, TikTok says that. Shopify says I made this much, I spent that much. Sometimes it's hard to know which ad platform is telling the truth. Northbeam fixes this with their own proprietary data. Starting from the actual purchase, rebuilding the customer journey from real orders, real clicks, real verified ad views, and then pushing that measurement back into the ad platform so they optimize on what's actually driving your revenue, not what those platforms assume is driving your revenue. Start measuring what was previously unmeasurable. Go to northbeam.io, book your demo today. Many thanks for Northbeam being part of the show. For those who do not know, do you got some breaking news for us?
It's nothing crazy, but Callaway officially dropped Good entirely, fully entirely.
I'm a little upset by it, to be honest. I'm upset I'm upset about like all the reaction because
it was quick.
Callaway and everybody. I mean, it's not like this ad just came out of nowhere. Okay. And nobody didn't see it, approve it, etc. Everybody know this was going to happen. And I will say, in response to this, I know that Good took this on a different path. They were kind of going like it felt like almost a horror-ish kind of video. Office linebacker for ESPN. That guy was knocking everybody out in the office.
Everybody. That's
male, female alike, but it had a very humorous overtone.
Exactly. It's funny.
And nobody, gosh,
so
I feel
three key points for the Callaway breakup. Callaway ended relationship with Good entirely effective immediately. Everything's gone. Content review process was not comprehensive enough. We have taken appropriate internal actions and will ensure this doesn't happen moving forward. They're going to commit $1 million to supporting violence against women. It's exactly what I said yesterday.
Which is, noble. And I think, you just do that anyway. That's great.
Yeah.
Worthwhile. They do have to recover from somehow this whole PR thing. The hard thing is, let's say you're on the good side. I say this because I don't want brands to lose. I don't want brands to lose. On the good side, of course, they've come out, apologized, made a video, and like as is appropriate, even like you make it though, there's like no way you can win. There's a lot of comments on like, hey, you didn't say this, you kind of made an excuse on that, and it's a tough deal. I wish it hadn't come out, is what I wish.
Terrible. I don't know who approved that. The people responsible for approving that is actually who's responsible for this.
Jacques Spitzer over at Raindrop, he put out like a very astute post on how to handle humor. I think I should just read it while we're here because they make humorous stuff like all the time. Let me just read this.
It hits.
And it hits. Oh, it totally hits.
That's the difference.
Let me just read what Jacques said. He says, we've used a lot of humor in our commercials over the last 15 years, and I wanted to share how we approach it in case it's helpful for someone out there to make better decisions. First rule we have is that no one should feel worse off for having viewed the ad. Interesting.
That's a good point.
It's like a great principle. No one should feel worse off for having viewed the ad. If your jokes come at the expense of minimizing any person or group of people, it is just bullying. Second rule, we try to never shame anyone. This isn't to say we don't challenge people, but there is always a way to meet people with empathy. For example, we would say, listen up. Listen up. The soap you're using is, shite. But we wouldn't say you're disgusting and gross and need to shower.
I saw that. I saw that piece. It's framing the whole thing.
Yeah, it's an interesting framing. Finally, we try to focus the humor on shared human insights, experiences, and frustrations. This is where humor shines because it can bring levity to taboo topics or allow people to laugh about things that can feel both heavy or isolating. I would say, like, the music and like the way the whole thing started, it did have a kind of a heavy-ish feeling. Whereas you go look at ESPN's Office Linebacker, everything's funny. It's haha, everybody's getting
hilarious.
Everybody's getting tackled, and there's no like feeling of potential scary or heaviness or what's going on. I'm kind of confused. It's very clear that this is satire and like this would never happen. It's interesting. I actually feel there's some really helpful principles that Jacques is bringing out here.
Well, it would be a sick service, and I think it would absolutely crush. And it reminds me of what Wendy's did. Remember when Wendy's basically had like 12 comedians run their Twitter account, and it was just like hilarious and super funny?
I thought it was the interns.
Oh, it was like I'm pretty sure it was actually professional comedians.
Probably.
It was like,
makes sense.
I think that there should be some type of like comedian retainer where brands can hire comedians on retainer and be like, come up with creative concepts, or just like let us know if this is funny, and then comedians. This isn't funny. Like, this isn't good. This isn't haha at all. Like, this isn't good. I think that would actually be a great way to use that, of like a vetted third party of like, dude, this isn't even a good ad. This isn't haha whatsoever. None of my friends laughed at this, and we're all comedians. And you're like, oh gosh, maybe this isn't a good ad.
Hireacomedian.com. Somebody go buy the domain, or just talk with Jacques. And
that's true.
See if you can get in line to get involved with Raindrop, because you do got to get in line. You do. You got to get in line. Watch and react here, ladies and gentlemen. Emma Chamberlain and J.Crew on an interesting collab that I have to say I saw days ago. I was not aware that it was Emma Chamberlain. I did not know. Okay. I bring this up, present how this was presented to me, because I want to see if there was any confusion on your side and perhaps on our audience as well. RF Kenmore put this out. This is, you can see Emma Chamberlain's new campaign here on the left, the tiny roll neck. She in the pink hair. The campaign has her in a lot of different hairstyles, etc. And then you have the one on the right. RF Kenmore saying J.Crew can't make up its mind. The picture on the left, to me, does it's different. It's different than what I would expect from J.Crew, simply because pink hair, etc. What was shocking to me, I found out later that this is Emma Chamberlain. I didn't know. I didn't catch it. I didn't clock it at the time. Jamie Gannon had this to say.
Let's go, Jamie.
A little more video footage here. Why don't you play this video? Sound off, producer Jack, and I shall read Jamie's take here. Seeing this version of the J.Crew and Emma Chamberlain campaign sold me on it a bit more. Their stuff is so expensive, they definitely need some cool factor plus entry point products to turn heads. Not sure most Gen Zers care to buy a $200 sweater from a brand that doesn't have the appeal of something like Reformation or even secondhand luxury. It wasn't until I saw this post that I actually understood, oh, this is Emma Chamberlain. There was something about the hair that just didn't clock for me at first exposure. Are you tracking with me, or did you get it from the front?
The only thing I don't understand in this entire campaign with the J.Crew branding is the pink hair. I think every single thing works in this entire campaign, including the outfits, including her other hairstyles. I think pink hair just doesn't work with J.Crew. I understand that it works with Emma Chamberlain, and it's like they're kind of going on a leap here. I think this is a home run. I think this is a great creator for them to tap. I think this is a great collaboration. All the pieces in here are really nice. I just don't know if the J.Crew pink hair is really a path forward.
I think that's what everybody was. It's like, whoa, pink hair, J.Crew. To be honest, I'll say this too. Maybe this shows how unaware I am of J.Crew and what's going on with him. I thought J.Crew was like mostly menswear. I did. I think I missed a note there. Did I miss that? I thought J.Crew was mostly menswear. It's not.
No, dude,
It's
they have
both.
some great women's pieces.
Okay, well, good on
Jeez.
them. Good on them. Bring up this website for us, producer Jack. It was only when I saw the homepage that I then confirmed, like, oh, this is Emma. Now you get to the homepage, you can see her
This
in
is
the various
amazing.
styles. I think it's neat. It's innovative. You can see like, oh, it's Emma Chamberlain. But you scroll up to the first slide here on the homepage. Go all the way up, producer Jack. You can see here it says featuring
sense.
Emma Chamberlain. It's like, oh, okay. And I will say, with the brown hair, like I recognize it. Oh, that's
It's
Emma
amazing.
Chamberlain.
It's
And
perfect.
it looks great. It's interesting. I didn't catch it though. I didn't catch it at the start.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, I'm aware of Emma Chamberlain coffee, like all the things. Like I'm at least like somewhat in tune. Okay. And it was a little shocking for me that the pink hair threw me off that much. But I do think this is a great creator for them to be working with. Rolled neck sweater, like, makes sense, all the things. I hope it works out for them, and maybe it does get them in touch with Gen Z. But I totally missed it at the jump, simply because it didn't have the name on there. If they would have had the name featuring Emma Chamberlain like they do on the homepage, I would have recognized immediately. Oh, okay, interesting hair, Emma Chamberlain. Show the different styles, etc.
They should have done this in Emma Chamberlain's house. I don't know if you've seen Emma Chamberlain's house being featured on Architecture Digest. They did like a whole breakdown video. Her house,
yes.
It's freaking gorgeous. It's so well done. The entire inside is super nice, and like they should have just done this entire campaign, honestly, inside of her house.
Cool.
And then all the pieces would have worked inside the house too, and it would have been a closer kind of framing to the true J.Crew that we know. And I think it would have like kind of maybe collided the universes together where it works. But with this white backdrop stuff, it's just like too kind of out there. I think that it would have been so much cooler to do this inside of her house with her actual couch, sofa, all of these things.
Maybe with some Chamberlain coffee in her hand.
Exactly. Exactly.
Just some things that signify to people like me. And I know I'm not the target audience for these wares here, but if she'd like had just say like Emma Chamberlain, like put some coffee in her hand, put her inside that house that's now on AD, which I have not watched that episode, but I do remember that being crazy now.
Yeah,
just a couple of things tighten up there. Could have been some more effective beginnings with said campaign, which I hope still wins. Next on our Watch and React, Toby of Shopify Lore with some words of affirmation here that are perhaps quite helpful. I'd love to listen to this from the man himself. He's speaking here of the benefits of speaking positive to oneself, words of affirmation, and more. Toby, who is a hardcore coder, builder, etc. I think we need to listen to the man himself here. This clip going viral. Please play this, producer Jack.
Literally, affirmations work, right? Like affirmations work, which is the dumbest trick that works.
I'm so glad you're saying this, because people from the outside are like, this guy's like very logical engineering.
No, it's like,
but you're all about intuition. Now you're talking about affirmations. You're speaking to the choir, just so you know.
I'm a toolmaker.
What's the affirmation part though?
The affirmation that, like, you are, if you tell yourself or write down 100 times something about yourself, that writes it into the neurofrontal cortex at such a deep level that your brain will start reconciling you to that. It just works. I've used that very often to, I was terrified of public speaking until I just sat down for like a week, and every day I spent like 10 minutes just writing that I like public speaking. I love public speaking.
You wrote that down?
I know, yes.
And now you love it?
Yeah, and a week later, and I knew it's not, this works when you know what you're doing, right? Like you don't even, it's not like a placebo. It's like, it's actually like you just actively change your neurofrontal cortex in this moment. So I use this often.
It sounded to me before, like I started reading all these biographies, I was like, this is some willy foo-foo nonsense.
Yeah.
And then you see very smart, analytical, logical, many cases inventors and engineers, and it appears over and over again. People that know each other, They worked in different industries, different times, lived on different parts of the planet, and they all talk about doing this.
And it's parallel construction. They all come to the same conclusions in different words.
Wow.
Very fascinating. Perhaps not just some frou-frou feng shui or other kind of things here, but rewiring one's prefrontal cortex. Your thoughts on this, Colin?
When Toby speaks, I listen. I will say that when Toby speaks, my ears perk up and I say, what does he have to say? Because I need everybody in the room to get real quiet because I got to listen to this guy. It's powerful stuff. I mean, it's totally understandable. And what's crazy is like a lot of people assume affirmations and words of affirmation is like very woo-woo and all that stuff. But then you have Toby, who is like the best, arguably one of the best coders on the entire planet, one of the most dialed analytical founders, being like, hey, by the way, I'm using these words of affirmation to overcome my fear of public speaking. You can't just like push that to the side and be like, oh, that's just doesn't make any sense. And then you also have Senra on top of all of that being like, I've read hundreds of founder biographies. Most of them are doing this. Some of the biggest behemoths in the world are doing it. It's definitely something to take note of. If you're trying to change who you are and fundamentally how you see yourself, you have to like really do some heavy lifting on what that self-talk is. I think self-talk is so crucial. And I think this is a total home run from him.
Some ancient words from thousands of years ago. Wise man once said, as a man thinketh, so he is. As a man thinketh, so he is. And that's been my experience. I will say my old offensive line coach at the University of Texas, we were playing at a very high level. And he used to tell us all the time, he would say, football is 90% mental and 20% physical. He would tell us that football's 90% mental and 20% physical. And then you say, well, coach, that doesn't really add up to 100%. But the longer I go in life, the more I think that he is right. Even when it comes to physical output on the field, in gameplay, etc., mostly a mind thing. And as one thinks, so there he goes and becomes, realists are correct. And
bit of like an art of war thing too. Like the battle is already fought before the actual swords are started because they've gone through the battle, they've visualized the battle. I would never bet against Toby. I'm saying this as like Toby is one of the most dialed guys, CEOs, founders that we have seen in the past 20 years. The fact that Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, when Senra asked him, who do you think of when you think of like AI? Who pushes AI forward the most? He goes, Toby, Shopify.
Let's go, Toby.
Not Jensen, not Zuck, not any of these guys. He goes, Toby, not even a question. He is the most forward thinking. He's usually 5 years in front of everybody else on how he is building this stuff out. And you're just like, wow, this guy is a one of one.
Long Shopify.
Long Shopify.
Ladies
long
and gentlemen.
Shopify. Not financial advice.
Not financial advice, but it is operator advice. Moving forward to our great finds upon the interwebs, we must talk on our way. Word from our sponsors from Seguno and Rocked After Sale. Play it for us, producer Jack. If you're getting 5,000 orders a month and you can sprinkle in $3 to $4 extra on each one of those without touching your ads, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, it would. That's what brands like Olakai, Cozy Earth, Groove Life are doing with Rocked After Sale every single day by adding post-purchase upsells and downsells from the cart through the thank you page and then stacking an extra 30 to 50 cents just by showing offers from Disney Plus, HelloFresh, Venmo, etc. It's high margin revenue straight to your bottom line. You can be live in minutes. Go to aftersale.com/offers. Truly a no-brainer. Many thanks for Rocked After Sale being part of the show. Seguno is the only marketing suite that lives entirely in inside of Shopify. What's that mean, Chris? Your emails, your pop-ups, your banners, your reviews, it's all there where you already work and play every day. And it means that you don't have to seed your trust to big email that's over attributed data. With Seguno, your Shopify data is the email data. It's a big reason why they won the 2024 Shopify Build App of the Year. One-click automations, actual humans that can help you build for lean teams with big aspirations. Go get the advanced Shopify segmentation playbook at the URL scrolling across the screen. You get a free trial of the platform. Tell them Colin I sent you. It will extend that free trial to 30 days. Many thanks for Seguno being part of this show. Great finds upon the interwebs, ladies and gentlemen, this fine Thursday as we see it and as we scroll. The first of which, Pollen Robotics unveils a $400 open source robot. And methinks that you are going to like this little buddy a lot. When I see this, it makes me think the Star Warsification of our current world. Some details here from Thomas Wolfe over at the team. Today, we are unveiling the first truly accessible RL robot. Welcome, MicroDuck. Great name, by the way. A 25-centimeter tiny open source biped with 15 actuators and packed with sensors, camera, speaker, LiDAR, NFC, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, etc., that you train yourself with reinforcement learning. Also playable out of the box with more than half a dozen fun and playful pre-trained policies to have it walk, sit, crouch, roller skate, pick up objects with its articulated beak, and recover on its own, all for less than $400. Perhaps an incredible gift for a very smart 11, 12-year-old son or daughter. This little buddy makes me think of R2-D2 and CP3O and more. Your thoughts on this, Colin Doherty?
I absolutely love this little guy. I think it's going to be so interesting the future we're going to have, because there's going to be so many of these little guys running around everywhere. It's going to potentially be like car brands that you support. Like, do you like this guy? Do you like the other guy? Do you like it's really interesting what type of, like, you're going to have these quote unquote like robots that are kind of how you are a Toyota family or you're a Tesla family. It's like, what robot is for your family? What robots do you have with your family? Really interesting to think about, as like the future is going to look so different for everybody with all these guys.
It's interesting to have the thought of a little cute buddy robot
that helps.
You can train and teach.
It helps.
And, you know, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Feels like Star Wars.
And rollerblade.
And rollerblade. Do
That's
flips. Cool. And more. Next on our great finds, this coming from Nate Rose and the Snack Sommelier. He says, dang, they're putting everything in a squeeze bottle. This is Goodia apple cider vinegar inside of a squeeze bottle. Very graza of them. I don't know if the apple cider vinegar is a little thicker here, you know. I got a little more, you know, squeeze to it, or I'm not sure. But when I think of apple cider vinegar, I think it's just kind of like so water-esque. I don't know that I would default to a squeeze bottle. I don't know about this one.
I do love the design of this bottle, though. I think this is super nice aesthetic. I think the branding here is really clean. The typography is really clean. And I love the fact that they're doing the use cases as well. I'm a big fan of this. I don't quite know if the squeeze here works like you're saying.
It must be a little thicker somehow. Maybe? No?
I don't know if I want that.
I don't know if I want like a thicker kind of a apple cider vinegar paste. I don't know that I want a paste if it is paste-ish.
Yeah, let me just put some apple cider vinegar paste on your toast. Pass.
Here's what I'll say. They are definitely going a different direction than Mother's and some other type apple cider vinegars. It's just going to be a glass bottle or a plastic bottle. You just pick it up. And this does feel like a premiumification attempt at, hey, let's make the fancy version of ACV that everybody's going to want to love and have and be seen as having inside of their cupboard. It does feel interesting to me in that way. Very different branding wise, form factor wise. I don't know if I'm in on the squeeze though. I don't know.
Pass.
Squeeze. Next in our great finds, interesting business card here. I'm not sure if this is a flex or not. It kind of feels like it's out of the anime world. Look at this. Look at these business card actuators, dispensers, etc. Back this all the way up to the front and show us here, producer Jack, how this starts. Look at this thing.
That's awesome.
Okay, back it up and show us again. Okay, imagine being at some important business conference and
this is
your
sick.
business card. Are you whopping one of these bad boys out?
Oh my gosh, this is incredible. This is like the first time I saw somebody give me a metal business card, and I was like, whoa, this is sick. This is a great idea.
You've received a metal business card before?
I've received 2 metal business cards, and I remember them because I was like, whoa, this is a great idea. I'm not going to throw this away. I think this is another one of those kind of vibes. Like, you should have this fully branded or whatever you're rocking with, and just shoot out metal business cards. I think this is so cool. There's so much noise within conferences. Like, you need to stand out.
I'm never using one of these things,
dude. I use this thing all day,
bro. This is like the anti-flex. Okay,
this is sick. I would
pull this bad boy out and you whop out your business unfolding transformer sword where it click.
Yeah.
And maybe you remembered, but remembered for the wrong reasons.
No, you remember for all the good reasons. This thing's cool.
I'm not doing this one. Metal business card would be cool.
Metal business card's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
I'm not doing the unfolding sword card though. It is a great find, nevertheless. Last of our great finds, Japan inventing a bandage that looks like a pixelated video game glitch. It looks like a wound from a video game. Okay, the patches themselves have this pixelated look,
dude,
that makes it look like you're inside of Doom or Duke Nukem or some kind of game that that visualizes wounds this way. I think this is a great idea.
Japan doesn't stop innovating. I swear. We need to triple down to keep up with them. This is so cool. Like, being a video game nerd and you know exactly what this is. This is absolutely awesome. Somehow there's still innovation within the Band-Aid kind of realm category. We've covered this before where they'll do animals and tigers and all the cool stuff. There's always innovation within the Band-Aid category.
Yeah. Always surprising oneself by the things that are created, and methinks there's a way for them to win on the interwebs with the digital wounds Band-Aids. It's a great idea. It's a great idea. Some video game company needs to adopt those. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, a little more watch and react action. Chili's, perhaps, filling the void of good goods. Unfortunate step back in the various golf world. On our way there, word from our sponsors over at Postscript and Intelligems. Play it for us, producer Jack. What is the next big idea that could change your business? Is it a price change, adding subscriptions, maybe a new bundle, strategy, or an app? Discovering and testing those high growth opportunities is exactly why Intelligems exists. It's an AI powered testing platform, helps you find the changes worth making. If you're looking for your next big idea, they have you covered. Go to intelligems.io/audit. In just a few minutes, you're going to have 3 ideas that you can test today. Totally free, AI powered audit. Go talk with Intelligems. Get the next new big idea for your business. Many thanks for Intelligems being part of the show. There's a reason when people make a switch from whatever SMS partner they have at Postscript, they see a plus 22% increase in SMS revenue on average. Now, I didn't see that. I saw a whole lot more. We went from making very little money on SMS to being the top 1% account in their entire platform inside of a year. And the secret is, I just did what they said. And what they are saying is that you're leaving money on the table and your customers text you back. Go get the conversation report, direct-to-consumer.co/the conversation report. The good news is Postscript's AI shopper can now have one-to-one conversations with your customers at scale. Many thanks for Postscript being part of Chili's, perhaps filling in for the good void in a very timely way. This definitely feels like a funny expand the game kind of campaign. I will say, boy, the golf community, they're some of them can be pretty brutal. There's a lot of hate on the timeline for said video.
It's no joke.
I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. It's very Happy Gilmore-ish. They are putting a literal Chili's on a golf course in Burbank, I believe. maybe I'm getting the location wrong. They're putting a literal Chili's on a golf course that you can go and eat at after you finish your round, which I think is a great idea. Play this video for us, Producer Jack, and we shall react afterward.
A pursuit of triumph, an exhibition of will, a spiritual and timeless march toward perfection that can never be. Caleb, you're like 15 over at the turn. Relax. Where was I? Oh, never mind. This is our golf. The Chili's of golf. Literally, we're putting a Chili's on a golf course.
Literally!
A delicious place where golf is just a little less golfy. An Oasis, where salt of the rim people in comfy rollback shirts with tiny Chili's logos on them can accidentally nudge a ball. A safe haven where random foursomes of strangers provide the perfect excuse to skip your brother's kid's dance recital thing.
Yes, I know.
And here, we understand it's never the player's fault.
It's definitely the club.
At this very real Chili's on a golf course, triple bogeys are rewarded with triple dippers. And the loser pays rule is strictly enforced. Looking at you, Caleb.
Me? Is that a booth cart?
Yes, Chaz, that is a booth cart.
That is a booth
Because in the words of the greatest lyricist of our time, Montel Jordan, this is how we do it. And now is your chance to do it with us by booking your tee time at the world's first and only Chili's Golf Club. Open August 28th and 29th.
I would love to go and play at the Chili's Golf Club. This feels like a great idea to me. Golf community, not such a big fan.
Huge fan of this. I also love the fact that they tapped Barstool for this, which as a result taps Rowback as well. I don't know if you noticed that Rowback has worked into a collaboration line with Chili's, which is epic. This is how you market funny. This is hilarious.
It is funny.
This is the creators to work with too. Barstool, hilarious, funny stuff. A really solidified golf brand in Rowback, and then you have just a really approachable establishment in Chili's. This is a home run campaign, and I love Chili's. I know you love Chili's.
I love Chili's.
I love Chili's as well. I think this is going to crush for everybody involved. I could not be more excited for this.
I think about being able to go and eat at a Chili's directly after you finish your round. Such a great idea. Then
it's a great.
They rope in Caleb Presley, they rope in Rowback, and there's, it feels like Happy Gilmore 3 when I watch
it. Feels
this
good.
thing.
It feels good.
Super funny.
Yes.
Obviously, a lot of people in the golf community still hate it, but I think there's a large portion of the 2020 and beyond expanding the game crowd that obviously loves it and digs it, and I am one of them. I have to say I'm not good at golf. I think I've only played once. I've only really played once, and it was so bad that Aaron Warshawski got very mad at me while we were on the course.
We got to get your game up. We got to get your game up.
Think about this. Even you're bad on the course, gonna get you triple dipper afterwards. Everybody's happy.
You're all good. You pay for everybody's triple dipper. That's what happens if you're bad at the course.
Yeah,
you got to pay for everybody. If you're holding up everybody, you got to pay for people triple dipper.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, to our words of wisdom, a little closing time action on our way there. Word from our sponsors over at Universal Ads and Ty. Play it for us, Producer Jack. Your email provider and your tech stack probably only recognizes about a third of your returning shoppers. Everyone else, they're browsing anonymously, and your flows, they're just sit idle. Ty identifies up to 70% of your total site traffic and pushes those shoppers into the flows that you already run. Caraway, as an example, uses Ty's predict scoring to lift opens by 40%, clicks by 30%, while sending 20% fewer emails. Go book a walkthrough. Go to meetty.com/cowboy. When you do, tell them that Colin and I sent you you today. Many thanks for Ty being part of the show. If your growth is plateauing on search and social, it's time to rethink TV. Universal Ads makes it simple for D2C brands to run TV campaigns designed for performance without the usual mystery of getting involved with television. You get both premium streaming and linear inventory all in the same place, okay? You're reaching net new target audiences outside of the same crowded social feeds. We're all spending our dollars today. There's no hidden markups or fees. Campaign setup and management. It's just like search and social. You get running minutes. TV that's designed that delivers for performance marketers. Go to universalads.com. Use code UA Cowboy. You can get $1,500 in matched ad credits. Many thanks for Universal Ads being part of the show. Words of wisdom as we close out said show today, ladies and gentlemen. I remember not long ago, somewhere just a few months ago, the word on the street, especially inside of tech Twitter, was paid advertising. That's the price you pay for a poor product. That's the price you pay.
Bad.
So low.
Look at that loser scaling ads. Loser.
Yeah. People who have a good product, they don't need to do that. Marketing's the price
We don't need ads.
pay for a
We're
bad
better than ads.
product. We're better than
Yeah.
that. We're better than that. That is the opposite stance of what we take on the show. Advertising is awesome. It is amazing. And what I will say, many of the leading products and companies inside of the AI tech space running lots of ads. Okay.
Lots of ads.
This tweet comes to us by way of Ira Bodner. She says this: SF forgot paid ads exist while every $0 to $100 million AI startup runs them on steroids. Just a few examples here. Cursor, 1,100 active ads. Whisperflow, 820 active ads. Emergent, 410. Replit, 110. Base, 44, 560. HeyGen, 400 ads. Victor, 620 ads. Lovable, Gamma, Framer, Superhuman, and Grammarly, and more. This all straight from the ads library, ladies and gentlemen. That's how many ads are currently running, not how many they have tested, okay? You start getting the numbers like that, then you start to get really impressed. Somebody has woken up over there on that side of the ecosystem and has remembered paid ads. Oh, pretty good for finding people and getting one's product in front of the right eyeballs.
100%. Also, I only don't know one of those companies. And there's a reason for that, is because they are running a boatload of paid ads all the time. Some of those ads from some of those companies are really exceptional. Base 44's ads, phenomenal. They make really phenomenal long form horizontal ads. Really, really good stuff. Like, it's high quality content. It's not AI slop or anything like that. They're really putting in the effort, and it's like funny stuff. It's really solid. These companies are scaling super aggressively right now. There's a reason for that. It's not because of like home run perfect product. They have a really phenomenal product, and then they're just basically dumping all of the paid media you can on it and just making this thing turn to a rocket ship.
There is a belief out there, and I sense it among marketers inside of our sphere of influence, those we know in our network, etc. There's a kind of a base belief that, oh, ads are bad. I'm bothering people. That's why I'm always bagging on ads. And, oh, it looks like an ad. Everybody wants to make something that doesn't look like an ad because, oh, I'm bothering people. Oh, nobody likes those. Oh, actually, that's how what makes the world go round. Okay. That's how money exchanges hands everywhere in every way. Selling's not bad. Marketing's not bad. Actually, if you want to have an exchange of dollars, meaning dollars come out of your wallet and go into my bank account, I first have to get you to know about said thing. And if I'm going to do that, I either have to have rampant wildfire word of mouth, more so than, perhaps many of the historic companies among us that have created said empires. If I want that to happen quickly and now, I either need to be one of the best organic social creators that has ever lived, like a Mr. Beast, or I need to go dump some dollars into the ad manager and I need to pump that thing. Advertising's not bad. It's part of what makes capitalism and more work. And it's actually solving problems if you get your product and creative in front of the right people. Ads are awesome.
We don't hate ads. We hate bad ads. There's a huge difference. Bad ads suck. It's just either you didn't do enough time, you didn't put enough time into it, It's poor creative. It's poor direction. It's poor script. It's poor a lot of things.
Or poor targeting.
It's just like we don't like bad ads. Good ads, nay, great ads are fantastic. Sometimes they're very entertaining, and you will willfully watch them. That's the difference.
Again and again and again. And those over in San Francisco are remembering this, and I'm very thankful for that. Moving forward in our words of wisdom, instinct, which I keep hearing about. Have you heard about instinct?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I don't know that much about it, but perhaps building the best personal AI agent available. This comes from Noah Shin. I'm Noah, founder of Instinct. Instinct is a personal agent that we've been building for the past few months. Interface is simple. There are no new interfaces. You can text or call it. It's trained to use a phone and a computer. Find that interesting. In the same way that humans do. Instinct combines simplicity with extreme capability. I'm thrilled with everything our early users are doing with Instinct. They've told us they planned cross-country road trips, bought weekly groceries, concert tickets, canceled hundreds of dollars of subscriptions, etc. Somebody's even planning their wedding. We want to make Instinct the best personal agent for all of you. It's available in an invite-only beta program while we're actively bringing up more compute. Excited to see what you all do with it. I think the thing that's confusing for me is I've been hearing about it, but this website is a site to behold. Go click on this website, Jack. See what this pulls up. Okay. Every time I click on it and go to it, it pulls up the most basic of basic sites. It literally says Instinct, contact, about, and that's it. Like this is the entire website.
I don't know about this. I don't know about this as a bet. I mean, I get it. It's definitely crazy out there, but there's nothing for me to grab hold of. I guess that's the whole point, but like, there's nothing for me to sink my teeth into about this. Like, this also just feels very ethereal, where it's like, this just feels like raw code. I don't know if I trust giving my data to this either.
Maybe the mysterious intrigue, the mystique of, what is this thing? How do I interact with it? What's it look like? Maybe the mystique is purposeful with said invite only. Anything that's invite only, you want to get in on. I remember when Clubhouse came out.
Oh my gosh.
COVID, and I need the invite so I can get in on it. I mean, anytime something's invite only, there is, some mystique built up about it. But this one is almost too much. There's no website. It's literally a couple paragraphs.
Yeah, I think it's going a little too far. That's so funny you bring up Clubhouse. I think I remember like one room meeting that I had with Clubhouse when it was like Elon Musk or something. And I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's still around. It's still hanging out. I think you got to add a little more teeth to this thing. Just a little more. I understand that you're trying to be like crazy creative and like, yes, like this is super cool and niche and you're smarter than everybody probably. But like, dude, you still got to market in 2026 to like normal people.
Got to market. Got to market to somebody. Got to market to somebody. Last of our closing time words of wisdom here, coming from the one and only David Herman.
So smart.
He has this to say: want to get attention? Create a fake flock camera style video. Scroll down here, producer Jack, with your product featured. Caption it something like flock camera. Launch an engagement ad and target boomers on Facebook newsfeed only. I'm not saying it'll drive sales, but the comments will be entertaining. This is a very interesting point. I had never considered. It's almost like the Cops videos from like the 90s and the 2000s. Yeah. I'm sure the Cops show still exists, but this feels like the 2026 version of like a Cops video that you're like getting in on. You're seeing what's happening. Flock is controversial, etc. And then you like put your product in there. That seems like a great idea to me.
I mean, the whole thing with this is like getting into the zeitgeist right now because all the controversy around Flock is right now. It's all of the congressmen. Everybody is talking about it. Everybody has very controversial, aggressive opinions about it each way. And so you're just kind of injecting yourself into a crazy firefight that is happening right now. I think this is a really great ad creative. I would definitely test it, but pretty wild. And this is very timely. I don't think you could this probably won't work for forever. I think this is going to be like a now and then maybe for the next like month or so.
Somebody should create a like an Instagram theme page, you know, of all of these like AI generated mock flock videos. Like that would be a banger. That would be a banger of a page.
Dude, it's going to get scary because like I'm not going to be able to tell the difference between what on that page is real and like what is actually a flock video. Yeah. It's just going to be like, I don't know anymore.
Don't know.
No idea.
But methinks we will at least be entertained on our way to our moment of zen. Ladies and gentlemen, a word from our sponsors over at Proxima. Play it for us, producer Jack. Your buyer data already knows what ad you need to make next. You just can't read it yet. Most brands and marketers brief from instinct. Okay, what's our best performing ad? Let's change a little bit. Proxima changes the input here, reads your conversions against real shoppers across 2,000 plus e-commerce brands. Shows you exactly who's buying, what else they respond to, and where your account has gaps. You just wire up Meta, wire up Shopify. Proxima begins to map every conversion back to a real buyer segment inside the commerce graph. And no longer are you briefing from a blank page. You get a feed of creative briefs. First 3 briefs are going to be free for you every single month. Go to proxima.ai, stop the slop. Many thanks for Proxima being part of the show. A moment of zen, ladies and gentlemen, as we exit today's show. This tweet comes to us by way of Tyler Johnson, who is the creator of the Charlie Golf Company, a miniature golf set for one's toddlers and kids so that they can get into the game with you. He has this to say: on the way to kindergarten today, our son randomly asked, "Dad, do you remember working on Charlie in the garage? You had no room." I'll never forget those days. And apparently our son won't either. Literally some of my favorite moments building the brand came in that garage, and his son a part of the whole experience. Colin Doherty, your thoughts as we leave said today's show?
This is so cool. This is like actually one of the coolest things ever. And I'm so glad that he documented the journey so that they could have these photos along the way. Definitely a lesson in documenting the journey, because I think you're going to forget a lot of the stuff.
Many thanks to the one and only Jimmy Kim of Commerce Roundtable joining us at the top of the show. Many thanks to Luke Thorburg, co-founder of StreetTalk, for talking ad formats, creative pushing the envelope, and more. Many thanks to Slash, Postscript, Rocked, Aftersell, Sati, Proxima, Universal Ads, Tide, Trend Track, Propel, Rich Panel, Intelligems, Northbeam, Seguno for making the show possible. Thank you for tuning in. We will be here tomorrow. See you on the other side.